Hey fam, welcome back to the channel. As you can see by the title, today's video is going to be another meal prep video. It's Sunday, it's meal prep time, Sunday reset time. Let me tell you something. When I think of Sunday reset, I think of, I don't care about what happened last week. We're going to push that to the side. Let's move forward. And sometimes nothing had to happen last week. You didn't have to fall off track. You didn't have to fall off your meal plan or do something crazy. It could just be resetting your expectations, resetting and looking for ways to improve on what you're already doing. Whatever it is, baby, today we are resetting and we are meal prepping. If you're new here, welcome. My name is DeeDee. I've been able to lose a little bit over 90 pounds following a low carb way of eating. I have done keto, I have done carnivore, and recently I have been focused on high protein, low carb, and that's how I'm maintaining this weight loss. So today I'm just sharing with you foods that I'll be eating for the next 4 days. It's realistic, it's budget friendly, ain't no lobster or filet mignon on this menu for this week. Sometimes life gets busy, and for me, it's much easier for me to just grab something out of the fridge, heat it up, and keep it moving than having to think about what to make and then maybe fall off track by grabbing whatever it is that's available. Okay, so enough chit chat, y'all. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's meal prep. We're starting off our breakfast with some Italian sausages. Now these are already pre-seasoned. That's how I got them for my last grocery store haul. I'm just placing them in a preheated oven at 375 degrees. I'm putting them in there to start off for 15 minutes. And then at the 15-minute mark, you see here, I'm checking them out. I'm flipping them over just to make sure they're evenly cooked. Then they go right back in. And after another 15 minutes, we are good to go. These meatballs are done. They look so juicy. They're nicely brown the way I love them, and they're full of protein. Now for my breakfast this week, I'm also going to be pairing the meatballs with some boiled eggs. I have them boiling vigorously on the stove, and that's what we're having for breakfast. I'm starting off our lunch prep with putting about a 1/4 cup of broth into this glass dish. Then I'm placing my pork chops right on in. Now I've already rinsed off my pork chops with some water and some vinegar, and now it's time to season them. I'm not doing anything special with these pork chops today. I'm just using my staple seasonings. They include the garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, some Goya Total Seasoning, the Sazon seasoning that is, and some Nature's Total Seasoning. Then I'm just flipping it over and doing it all over again. Now I always share, please use whatever seasonings that you like. I just like using my staple seasonings because it gives me that flavor that I love, but seasonings are definitely depending on your palate. All right. After that, I placed about 1 cup of water just to create those juices in the pork chops while they're cooking, and about 2 tablespoons of butter. Now I'm placing that to the side, and we're gonna start on our veggies. Today I have some bell peppers, 3 different colors because I love the visual aspect of it and the flavor that it adds to the meal. And I have about half of an onion as well that I'm just chopping up. After chopping up the veggies, I'm just sprinkling it right on top of these pork chops, and now we're moving right over to the oven. Now I've had the oven preheating at 350 degrees, so all we're gonna do is just place these pork chops right in here. At first, we're gonna place them in for about 25 minutes, and then we're gonna check back at the 25-minute mark. The timer's gone off, and now all we're gonna do is just flip the pork chops around. We want them to nicely brown on both sides, and then we're gonna place them right back into the oven for another 20 minutes. All right, y'all, the timer has gone off. The pork chops have been in the oven for a total of 45 minutes, and these pork chops are done, y'all. Look at that. They are juicy. They smell so good in this kitchen. And now it's time for us to start on the side dish for this dinner. All right. We're going to start off with a pan. I have about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and butter starting to sizzle in that pan, and we're moving on to prepping our green beans. Now, y'all know I'm usually all about convenience, and I like my frozen vegetables because of that. But this time I just really wanted something fresh. So I grabbed some fresh green beans from the store. All I'm doing here is just cutting off the ends and prepping them before placing them into that pan on saute mode. After I'm done cutting off the ends of the green beans, all I'm doing is rinsing them off before they go onto that pan. And now I'm just going to clean up just a little bit and we're going to head over to the stove. So our pan is ready and hot and I'm placing the green beans in there. I'm just going to go ahead and season it a little bit because listen, you don't want no bland green beans with no flavor whatsoever. All I'm doing here is adding my normal staple seasonings. You definitely season it whatever way you like because you want every single bite to have some type of flavor, okay? You don't want no bland green beans, trust me. So all I'm doing here is just moving it around in the pan, making sure that butter, that avocado oil, and the seasonings are merging together. I'm gonna place a cover over this pan and I'm gonna allow it to cook for about 7 minutes and we'll be back. These green beans are starting to look good. They are cooking, y'all. They're bright, they're vibrant, and the smell is delicious. I'm just moving them around in the pan. I'm gonna cover it right back up. We're gonna cook them for about another 8 minutes. And when we come back, baby, the green beans have been cooking for a total of about 15 minutes, 15 or 16 minutes, and they are good to go. I know this because I just tasted one, and baby, it is delicious. You can eat these green beans by themselves and be good to go, okay? They are ready to come off the stove, but really quick, let me show you what they're looking like. Tender with a little bit of crisp and full of flavor. So we're gonna place these to the side and we're gonna move on to our dinner prep. We are starting dinner off with some chicken tenderloins, okay? Now y'all know I love me some chicken thighs, but chicken tenderloins also fall into that same bracket, okay? I just love how nice and juicy the meat is every time you cook it. All I did here was just slice them up and cut them into bite-sized pieces, and now I'm just seasoning them with my usual seasonings. The only difference here is I'm adding a little bit of paprika and also about 2 pinches of salt. I'm mixing all of those seasonings in, want to make sure everything is good to go and the seasonings are all up in that chicken, okay? Now it's time for us to head to the stove. And as y'all can see, I am using the same pan, y'all. I am the same pan I just made the green beans in because why not, okay? All I did was put 2 more tablespoons of avocado oil in there and 1 tablespoon of butter, and we are gonna cook this chicken right here. Okay, I usually cook my chicken for about 4 to 5 minutes on the first side, and then I'll come back and flip it. You want to make sure your chicken is fully cooked. And if you're not certain, that's okay. Just use a thermometer and make sure that internal temperature is at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit. So after flipping it, I'm allowing this side to cook as well for another 4 to 5 minutes. The timer has gone off, and y'all, this chicken is good to go. And this kitchen smells good too. Now it's time for us to take this chicken off of this stove, but let me just show you real quick. This is the chicken for the stir fry. Looking so good and sizzling so nicely. All right, I'm gonna place this to the side and we're gonna move on to the actual veggies for this stir fry. Now in the same pan, I'm just placing about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm also gonna place about 2 tablespoons of the sugar-free stir-fry sauce as well. Now the one that I'm using is from G. Hughes. I like a lot of his items and that's why I'm using that today. All right, so I've already rinsed my vegetables. They were frozen and I had them draining. That's a method that I use to try to get them as crisp as possible since they're frozen vegetables. I place them into the pan, and all I'm doing here is just mixing them up, mixing them in that sauce, that soy sauce, the stir-fry sauce, all of that. I want it to be fully coated, okay? All up in there. That's what I want. So after mixing, I'm just gonna let it kind of sit and sizzle on the stove on medium low for about 8 to 10 minutes because I want that liquid to start to dry up. And when I come back, baby, that's what it looks like right there. Do you see how the liquid is pretty much non-existent in that pan? That's how I like it. And it's time to place that cooked chicken right in there too. So all I'm doing really here is just mixing everything together. And I'm also gonna add a little bit more of that stir fry sauce just to bring that flavor out some more, okay? That's it. Not much, maybe about 1 to 2 tablespoons. And then I'm just gonna mix everything together. But y'all, that quick. Our dinner prep is actually complete. And here is our actual stir fry, y'all. This is our chicken stir fry, looking and smelling so good. It's time to go ahead and put this in our meal prep containers. All right, fam, here is our meal prep for the next 4 days. Budget friendly and delicious. For breakfast, we have some Italian sausage meatballs with some boiled eggs. For lunch, some chicken stir fry with all types of vegetables and goodies in there. And for dinner, we have some sautéed vegetables with some oven-baked pork chops and some green beans. All of this is for the next 4 days. Definitely high protein, low carb. Fam, our meal prep is complete and we are ready for the week, okay? You see how I made that thing rhyme? Yep, we're ready for the week. Let me know in the comments below, which one of these meals would you be willing to try? I'm just curious. As always, go ahead and drop a heart to show some love. Thanks for watching and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.